Hey, Clashers! Want to dominate Townhall 16 with the strongest army in the game? In this video, we're breaking down the strategy that's helping players crush bases and rise to the top of the global leaderboard. Let's get into this Super Witch strategy for Townhall 16. If you're aiming for 3 stars, here's what you'll need. For cleanup, bring 1 barbarian, 2 archers, 2 wizards, a baby dragon, and a minion. Simple but crucial for the end of the attack. Now for the main army, you want 3 super witches, an ice golem, an apprentice warden, 7 druids, and 3 super wall breakers to break open the base. And don't forget a headhunter to deal with enemy heroes when you send in your royal champion. For spells, pack 3 rage, 1 jump, 2 invisibility, and 1 earthquake. In your clan castle, add 1 freeze, another earthquake, and a skeleton spell. Swap that earthquake for another freeze if your fireball is maxed. Clan castle troops, go with 1 minion and 4 super minions for strong air support. For the siege machine, I always go with the barracks to make sure the funnel stays tight and your army goes exactly where you want it. Now for heroes, earthquake boots and spiky ball for your king, with phoenix or fox as his pet depending on your style. The queen, Frosty is the best pet. Equip her with healer puppet and either an invisibility vial, frozen arrow, or magic mirror for added flexibility. For the warden, fireball and rage vial with the unicorn as his pet to keep him going strong. Finally, the royal champion. I'm loving hog puppet with haste vial. But if you're running rocket spear, the phoenix works well too. Alright Clashers, we're kicking things off with the live attack using super witches at Townhall 16. After, we'll dive into some tips and tricks with an attack breakdown to see how this strategy really works. But for now, let's focus on this one. We're starting with the fireball to set off the funnel. There it goes, clearing the way like a pro. We're using the Warden to create a solid funnel. Now it's time to bring in the Super Witches. Drop them in to guide the direction of the attack and place the Queen and the barracks on the other side to finalize the funnel, with a Super Wall Breaker to make sure our Super Witches don't wander off. These witches are like, let's go, we've got some smashing to do. Look at everything coming together now. The King and the rest of the army are joining the Super Witches, and we're guiding them right into the base. This is where the fun begins. We're placing the jump spell to send the army straight into the core of the base. And watch out, we've got to be careful not to trigger both invisibility towers at the same time. We're sending in the druids from the side to keep the army alive. Remember, always keep 2 druids with the main army. Invisibility spell, just in time! Earthquake and King's ability, boom! Look at that core crumble. This is why we save the King for the core, because that's where he shines. The base is practically gone at this point, but the clan castle troops and queen are still handling the side. Couldn't ask for better coordination right now. Now we're placing rage on the druids to keep the army alive. They're practically unstoppable at this point. This base doesn't stand a chance. Time for the royal champion. She's coming in from the left, teaming up with the queen and clan castle troops. You'll want to use the royal champion as support, either with your main army or with the queen and CC near the end to clean up. Look at everything falling apart now. Looks like the side army and main army are teaming up nicely, and look at this. We still have 2 spells left and a whole royal champion ability. If we wanted to, we could totally swag it. Oh, and I totally forgot about the cleanup troops. I guess we can place those now. Better late than never, right? Honestly, this is probably the best attack strategy right now. Nothing stands a chance against this. And just like that, the base is practically wiped out. No super witches were harmed in this attack. Well, maybe a few, but hey, that's their job, right? Look at this. Most of the army is still alive and kicking. The base doesn't stand a chance. Let's hit that royal champion's ability. The base is just crumbling at this point. There's nothing left. We're practically just watching the show now. Seriously, did you see how easy that was? I could probably do this with my eyes closed. In fact, I think my super witches could handle this without me. And boom! 3 stars, baby. Alright, let's see if the next base can put up a better fight. This time, we've got a completely different base layout to tackle, a box base. These can be tricky, but don't worry, we've got a plan. Let's show this base who's boss. First up, we need to pick a side for the funnel. The monolith is sitting there all exposed, so let's get it out of the way. I'm dropping the fireball to wipe it out, and at the same time, that'll start my funnel. It's a win-win, who doesn't love that? Now that the monolith is gone, let's place the super witches. These ladies are setting the direction for the army, and here comes the wall breaker to crack open the core. Over on the other side, I'm dropping the queen and barracks to lock in that funnel, and I'm sending in the ice golem to tank for the king. He's clearing that entry compartment like it's nothing. Jump spell goes down, straight into the core of the base, and, of course, a rage spell to keep the troops going strong. There's nothing better than raged druids, is there? Alright, enemy clan castle is activated, dropping invisibility to protect the army. And look at the queen on the right side, still going strong, clearing everything in her path. The core of the base is no joke, so we use the earthquake boots here to shake things up. Boom! Look at that, the whole core just got flattened. It's beautiful. And we popped another rage to be on the safe side. Keep those druids coming! As long as the druids are alive, the army won't go down. Our clan castle troops with those super minions are now activated and taking care of the right side. There it is, the royal champions going in on the left backed by a druid. Time to freeze and earthquake the town hall for some extra damage. Not much of the base left at this point. Sending the last couple of druids into the main army. Look how smooth that is. This attack's going perfectly. Now sit back and watch the magic happen. Cleanup troops are being sent in slowly, and since the ricochet cannon is going to be distracted by the main army, we can safely activate the royal champion's ability without killing any of the hogs. Queen's still cleaning up the side. It's all coming together. We're getting close now, just a few defenses and buildings left. The army is pushing through, and once the last of these go down, there it is. Another 3-star in the bag. Seriously, doesn't get any easier than that. Beautiful attack, guys. Alright, Clashers, let's dive into the pro tips that'll turn you into a super witch master and have you smashing bases like a pro. And don't worry, we'll sum up the most important key points based on how to attack, so you know exactly how to pull off these attacks flawlessly. Get ready to crush any base and have some fun while doing it. Tip 1. Start with the Warden's Fireball. Trust me on this, funneling is way more important than getting value. Sure, if you can burn down some heavy defenses and funnel at the same time, awesome. But don't stress, prioritize the funnel. Your army's so strong, they'll wreck the base once the path is set. It's like setting up a buffet for them. They'll eat everything in sight. Tip 2. After the fireball, drop your super witches. These witches are basically your army's GPS. They're here to guide the whole crew where you want them. You don't want your warden wandering off like he's on a sightseeing tour. Keeping everything together makes sure the attack stays on track. No wandering witches. Tip 3. Now, here's a pro move a lot of players miss. Place your queen and barracks right after to lock in the funnel on the other side. I know what you're thinking. Do I really need the queen to funnel? Yes, you do. The queen does some serious work on the outside, and as you've seen, she can survive to the end while picking off buildings around the base. Let the king and super witches handle the core. She's got better things to do. Tip 4. Once the funnel's set, it's time to open the doors with a wall breaker, or in rare cases you can place the jump spell directly like here. Now send in your king, ice golem, and a couple of druids. Pro tip here, always have at least 2 druids with your main army. Think of them like your army's personal trainers. They keep everyone in fighting shape. Tip 5, if things start looking dicey, here's the secret, rage the druids. When they're raged up, your army's basically invincible. It's like giving your troops extra health bars. They'll keep going like they've got cheat codes. Tip 6, after using your jump spell to get into the core, and here's where the fun happens. Activate those earthquake boots from the king. Watch that core crumble. Nothing stands a chance once the king starts stomping through. Tip 7, finally save your royal champion for the cleanup. Don't rush her in. Think of her as your secret weapon for when the base is on its last legs. Once the main army's done most of the heavy lifting, send her in to take care of the leftovers. And that's a wrap, Clashers! You've now got all the pro tips and key strategies to master super witches at Townhall 16. From setting that perfect funnel to timing your spells just right, you're ready to take on any base and crush it with 3 stars. If this helped you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Clash tips and strategies. And don't forget to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how your attacks are going or if you have any questions. Let's keep the conversation going and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and as always, Clash on. I'll catch you all in the next one.